Hello again and welcome to Inside Cowboy Basketball with head coach Alan Edwards, driven by Nissan. Great to have you along. And the Cowboys, of course, had that weekend bye, but before that, on a Wednesday night, they would take on the Fresno State Bulldogs right here on this floor, Coach. That was quite a game, really. 31 minutes into it. Yeah. This is a tie ball game, and Cowboys played very, very well, I thought, up to that point.
We did, and that was one of the things I complimented our guys on after the game, because I saw our heads was down, and we just talked about getting better. And one of the biggest things we've tried to focus on was putting together 40 minutes, both mentally but also physically. But at the same time, 30, 32 minutes, I thought we played some really good basketball. And then we had a three and a half minute gap there where we kind of jumped off the reservation and then tried to play a little bit better on the back end. But definitely was happy with our guys' energy and effort in a sense of trying to get better as a basketball team.
Yeah, I think that's the key, Coach. This is, you've said many times, this is a work in progress, this team, getting these young guys getting used to each other and what it's all about, playing Division I college basketball. And I thought in that Fresno State game they did have it. It's like they're getting it.
Yeah, and again, it's just about sustaining it, for 40 minutes, because the one thing I've also talked to them about is just our margin of error, within, the situation that we're in. So, a mental slip up here and a mental slip up there, or a physical slip up here and a physical slip up there adds on. So the less we can have those slip ups, the better we put ourselves in position. And again, just from day one, in a sense of starting conference play to now playing Fresno, it's starting to look like a different basketball team, and it's starting to come along a little bit.
Yeah, Cowboys are coming, that's for sure. Well, you stay with us. We have more to come on Inside Cowboy Basketball, driven by Nissan. We'll be right back after this.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
If keeping your work site on time, on budget, and onto the next job is keeping you up at night, you need to wake up to Komatsu. Our machines are designed for production, uptime, and savings. We are more than just iron. We are giving you a technology to move more material in less passes, start sooner, finish faster, and burn less fuel. We are solving problems before you had them. So stop doing what you've always done. The only thing that's going to keep you up at night is wondering why you didn't do it sooner. Discover the job site of your future. Komatsu.
Earn your University of Wyoming degree at a distance. UW offers undergraduate and graduate degrees through distance technology. Learn more at uwyo.edu/distance.
Well, strength and conditioning is such an important factor in any team, and of course in Division I college basketball, you have to be pretty good in those areas. Well, the Cowboys have a strength and conditioning coach that comes with high energy and great results. Let's get to know Marcus Edwards.
I'm the youngest coach on staff, so I can relate to these boys differently than our other coaches can. And they look at me, of course they look at me as a coach, but they also look at somebody that they can relate to. So whether it's the music selection, listening to similar music, I kind of got that from my mentor, just being that energy guy to keep the boys going. I look at that, I take on that role and I take it with full head of steam.
He sometimes has the most energy. We come into the weight room, that's him. Like he's cheering before games. He's like making sure guys' heads are in the right place, and he's getting them going. And on the bench, you can see he's always standing up, yelling. He's celebrating. He's making sure guys are controlling their breathing. He watches that a lot, and just making sure they're out there, working hard, not giving in to fatigue.
Oh yeah, I'm riled up on the bench because, you put your time in, energy into these boys each and every day. You want to see them succeed on the court. So whether they're doing good, whether they're doing bad, they're gonna hear my voice and know that I'm in their corner and cheering them on no matter what. Well, I feel like I've done a good job of creating a great culture in the weight room. So the guys love coming in here working out because they know the music is playing, they know I'm gonna crack jokes with them, I'm gonna have a good time. And even though that they're injured, I make them feel part of the team, I feel like. And then we're just trying to build them back up, conditioning-wise, weight room-wise, to get them ready to get back on the court whenever that time comes.
And I think what he really added was like attention to detail. It's like he's right there, he's counting out every rep, he's watching every rep, he's making sure I'm not doing too much and losing, like getting bad form or not doing enough and not pushing myself hard enough. And so, I mean, he really makes sure you get in there and work.
All the stuff that they put into it and just see them doing what they love out on the court, I mean, it's very fulfilling for me, first and foremost, regardless wins or losses, just seeing them having fun doing what they love to do is what I get a joy out of being in this profession.
Oh yeah, I mean, in the moment, you're kind of like, man, like, I hate this guy. Like, why are we still running? Like, we thought we were done with like all this, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're like, hey, you see how much he's helped you.
It's much bigger than just basketball. I mean, basketball prepares you for life. So I feel like just teaching them things, mentoring them, giving them gems here and there is what I love most about it. And then I think they take on that very well. Some guys say, Coach, I needed that today and all that. So those type of words just keep me going. I mean, the boys love it. They love coming in here. They know that we're gonna get after it. And I just think that I've done a good job of creating an environment that the boys don't look at it as an obligation to come lift weights. They look at it as an opportunity to get better.
Let's go. Chest on three. 1, 2, 3, chest.
There's no question that Coach Edwards has brought a lot of energy to this team. He's into it. Outstanding strength and conditioning coach.
Well, you know what? When we were looking for a position, you know, you kind of reach back out to some people that you respect in this business and see what they've done with their players. And you know, the one guy that came to mind was Quanzo Martin. He's now at the University of Missouri. And I just always, you know, like what he's done with his programs and what he's had around him. So reached out and just tried to see who was available, and Coach Edwards' name came across the table. And after sitting down with him, you know, one of the things I talked to him about was just energy. You know, I'm real big on just positive energy, and when you can see him start practice or when he's in the weight room, he's just as loud as our guys. He's bringing his energy so that they can bring their energy. So I'm always happy, you know, at the end of the day when you got your strength coach or even your coaching staff bringing that energy, so our guys know that, okay, we have to bring it today because of what they're surrounded by.
Yeah, always up and always positive, and a great deal of energy comes from strength and conditioning coach Marcus Edwards. Well, next up for the Cowboys, they'll take on a couple of Front Range rivals. In fact, their oldest rival will be right here on this floor behind us on Saturday afternoon. The Cowboys will take on the CSU Rams. But before that one, Wednesday night, the Pokes will travel to Clune Arena, Colorado Springs, to take on the Air Force Academy Falcons. And, Coach, there's a team that's pretty darn good, especially on their floor.
And Coach P has done a great job, obviously with the program, but especially this year. And, you know, one of the toughest places to play in our conference as well. And it's not because it's packed, but it's because of just the setting. And then when the cadets are right there behind the basket and yelling and screaming at you, it makes it tough. But at the same time, it's a different style of play, too, that our guys have to get adjusted to in a short period of time, even though we had a bye. But going from your defensive principles to now saying, no, you have to adjust those because of their Princeton action. And they do a great job running their action. And at the same time, they can be patient, but also if you fall asleep on something, they're ready to take advantage of you. Yeah. So we have to be obviously down and alert, not only for 40 minutes, but 30 seconds at a time within each possession.
Do you get a feel of rivalry with these two teams you're going to play this week? It seems like there's a little extra intensity in these games.
Well, with us being so close to each other, and obviously, you know, we have kids on our team from Colorado as well. So, you know, whether it's playing at Air Force or playing here against CSU, you know, those two opponents always, it's just a little bit more dear just because of how close it is.
Yeah, well, that's coming up next for the Cowboys. In Colorado Springs, Wednesday night, 7 o'clock tap, and then right here on Saturday afternoon at 12 noon tip against the Colorado State Rams. Two very big games coming up for the Cowboys. Well, that'll do it for us. For the head coach, I'm Dave Walsh. So long, everybody.